Okay, we're live.
I call this meeting to order.
2:06.
We have a roll call, please.
Trustee Butler,
Here.
Trustee Peterson,
Present.
Trustee Seaton,
Here.
and Trustee Young.
Here.
Trustee Covey was unable to make it and asks if we would please excuse her. You'll need a motion.
I second. All in favor?
Roll
Aye.
call vote, please.
Oh,
Trustee
sorry.
Butler? To excuse Trustee Covey?
Yes.
Trustee Peterson?
Yes.
Trustee Seaton?
Yes.
Trustee Young?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Trustee Covey has been excused. Oh, and the flag.
Moving on. We rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Kathy, would you do us
Oh, sure. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I have no presentations today,
and we have no,
but I do have communications.
okay.
Okay. In the mail today, I received an invitation to the Ramona 102nd Gala, President's Gala, which is this Saturday. It is $55 a ticket, and you need to contact the Ramona Bowl if you are interested in going. Okay, so that came today. I'll pass that. I'll leave it so you can take a look later. And that was our communication. All right.
May I have an approval for the minutes and,
Are you at the consent calendar?
yeah, consent calendar.
Okay.
Thank you, Gail.
I move we accept the consent calendar in its entirety.
Is there a second?
A second.
Trustee Seaton, it has been moved by Trustee Peterson and seconded by Trustee Butler to accept the consent calendar as presented. We need a roll call vote. Trustee Butler,
I consent.
Trustee Peterson,
Yes?
Trustee Seaton,
Yes.
Trustee Young.
Yes.
And that has been approved 4-0. Thank you very much.
Okay, we have new business.
Yes.
Update library public computer policy.
As requested by Trustee Young several months ago, sorry it took so long, we have worked on updating our computer policy to include extending the amount of time people can use the computers with their cards. We've got, the policy recommends that we go from 1 hour to an hour and a half for free, and then should someone want more time, they can pay $8 for an hour and a half.
Very nice.
And so that's what you have. The form is there. I haven't put it in a policy for, I wanted your approval, and then I would put it in the proper policy form. But that is the recommendation for the computer policy.
I move to accept.
Second?
Roll call vote.
It has been moved by Trustee Seaton and seconded by Trustee Peterson to accept the computer use policy as presented, updating the time from 1 hour to an hour and a half. And Trustee Butler,
I agree.
Trustee Peterson,
Yes?
Trustee Seaton,
Yes.
and Trustee Young.
Yes.
And that has been approved 4-0. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
You will also see our updated library brochure. This was started originally, Andrea started working on it, getting it into this format, and Jordan, our new librarian, worked on it very hard to update it and make it look much more polished. I won't say professional, but polished. We've updated things, we've changed a little bit in coloring, but you can see what is available. And we are very excited. I'm very excited to present this to you. And you will note on the front page, their front page, it talks about our hours. Sunday we are closed, Monday we are closed, Tuesday we are open, and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And we'll talk a little bit more about the Saturday hours, but this is our new brochure. Once you approve it, and that can be a receive and file, we will start putting this out for the public. Do you want to do a receive and file, or do you want to vote on it?
I move we accept the brochure.
A second.
It's been recommended by Trustee Peterson and seconded by Trustee Butler that we accept the new brochure as presented. All those in favor? Trustee Butler?
Aye.
Trustee Peterson?
Yes?
Trustee Seaton?
Yes.
Trustee Young?
Yes.
That's been approved 4-0, and I thank you very much. It represents a lot of hard work, and we're very pleased. Very, very pleased. Thank you.
We are pleased too.
Okay, the next thing I want to talk to you about is unfinished business, and that's the status of day 5. If you'll recall, in a little history on that, in 2009, when we had the beginning of the Great Recession, our city underwent a great deal of financial stress. And some of the things that happened is many departments experienced cuts in hours and services. The library took its fair share of those. We went from 6 days a week to 4 days a week in a week, and it was traumatic, and we've gradually been able to increase our service hours by adding, we won a grant for Open Plus, Open Access, which gives the public who has signed up for it the opportunity to come in before the library is open for self-service. We have about 100 people registered currently to use that. We see about 8 or 10 people a week. It's not a lot, but they're coming in. And so as a result, when that cut happened, the trustee Stephen Moses, who was on the library board at that time, began a campaign called Keep Day 5 Alive, and I am proud and happy to say Day 5 has happened. We did a soft opening last Tuesday, the 7th, and what was fascinating to me is it was soft because we knew there were going to be some hiccups, and I didn't want to advertise unless it was perfect.
Okay.
And so it didn't go perfectly, but it was okay because we learned. We had computer problems. We had open access problems. We figured it out and fixed it really quick. So we were open by 8 o'clock to 1 for open access. But what made me so very happy is we had in that first 4 hours, 34 people came into the library. No advertisement.
Wow.
Saw people going in. Happy to be, you're open, and they were so excited. So that was our soft opening. We learned a lot. 2 days ago, Tuesday was our hard opening, January 13th. And proud to say, while there was a council meeting here in the evening, we had a total coming through the front door of 297 people, of which those 297, 140 came into the library. So between that 1 and 4, 140 people came in to our library. Isn't that exciting?
It is.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Congratulations. I am proud, but I'm really happy and proud of your support for us to be able to do that. You will see in your packet, there is a press release that is going out. I will be sending this to the State Library. They do a kind of a weekly what's happening in libraries. I will be sending that to them. So, you know, the State Library will acknowledge us in our hours. But this has been approved by the city manager and council members. They're all just really excited. But I want to thank you because we couldn't have done it without your support. So yay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you, Mr. Moses.
Yes. So that's day 5. We're open. Of course, I'm not satisfied. I'd like to see another day. But we're going to take this and run with it.
Yay.
Okay.
Yay.
And that is a receive and file.
I recommend we receive and file.
Okay. The next thing I have is the patio structure update. Very excited. All the permits have been taken care of. We are just waiting for them to schedule to come in and put that shaded structure up on our west patio. So I can't give you a date, but I would hope by next month we'll be in some form of construction on that.
Yay.
Okay. And I'd like to also give you our final report on our HVAC. It's been another long road to hoe. As of the 7th, we actually have a heater. We have boilers, and they're working. And now it's up to facilities to undergo the training, but it's ours that's done. So we have cooling and we have heating.
Okay.
Yay.
So
Amen.
it's been a really busy, exciting month.
Yes. Very
Nice kickoff to the new year.
great news.
Then will we become a cooling center?
Once we get, and that's a great question, once we get our solar and backup, we have to have a backup battery or generator in order to be a sustained, I mean, we can do it as a soft thing, but we can't do it as a hard opening, because if the power goes out, we go out. But we are working on that. We do have, I guess I'm jumping into my report. We will be sending out an RFP for our solar project, which includes a backup battery or generator. The request for proposal will have them design the system. It will be evaluated by our team. We'll select and get it going. It will probably be another year before we're there, but we are moving forward. Okay.
Yay.
And once we have that backup generator, I have been contacted by Edison about being a place where people can come, especially right now, you know, when we've had all these bad winds and people losing power. They're welcome to come. Anybody's welcome to come when we're open to charge, as long as we've got power. I know that that is not necessarily satisfactory. We would prefer to be able to come on in whenever, but that's where we're at. And I will tell you, last week we had quite a few people come in from the east and the west side, bringing their phones and their not chargers, their generators to charge. You know, some of them, yeah. So we were quite busy. The police department had their mobile command center outside here on Harvard, doing the same thing. So we are just letting people know we are here to help them however we can.
Now, this backup generator you spoke about, it will just be for the HVAC,
No,
the whole building?
it's for the building.
Wow.
We'll have lights, we will have power.
Wow. Okay.
And so, interesting, there was a fire Tuesday afternoon over on the west side of town. And shortly after I opened the doors, a lady came in and said, well, we just need to, you know, do homework and charge. And I told them what to do. She said, we were evacuated from the fire over by Stony.
Wow.
So, yeah, Yeah, we were fortunate that didn't go
Yeah.
south
exactly.
quickly. Thank goodness for our, a good observant Edison guy and our fire department.
Yay.
So, yeah, that was pretty darned exciting.
Okay, moving on to trustees' reports. I have nothing. Trustee Peterson,
No report.
trustee Young,
No report.
trustee Butler,
No report.
Okay. I mentioned that we were used as a charging station
Mhm.
for people. That's very exciting for people to realize we're more than just books. We're a sanctuary. As you can see, well, yeah, you can see in the picture. The Ramona Galley, bleh, I can't even say the words. Ramona President's Gala will be here Saturday. And that's where the new cast for Ramona will be introduced. So we have that going on. It's been very, very busy. Every Tuesday, we have a public meeting here. The first and third Tuesday, we have Planning Commission. And then the second and fourth, we have the city council meeting. That will go on. We're anticipating up through the end of 2025. Yeah. We have the police department. We have several members of our police department have moved in downstairs because of renovations going on at the police department. We have, just a lot of really exciting things going on. You will also see, I showed you the brochure, and I didn't bring mine up. There is you will see also that there should be a calendar. This is our monthly calendar for January of what's happening in the library. You'll see that we've brought in several new activities. There's bingo coming on the 30, is that 31st? There's Lego, there's a bingo day. We did our first preschool story time called Little Wigglers today. Jordan was very concerned because we hadn't done a lot of advertising. She had 29 people in there.
Wow.
That was really awesome.
word of mouth.
Yep, word of mouth. So lots, and she's highlighted, she's the one who did the calendar. She's highlighted the new things. There are lots of things happening. Kaiser is outside behind us in the parking lot every Thursday and every other Monday. Next month, Riverside County Mobile Tech will be there on, I think it's the first week of the month. They'll be here where people can come in and say, help. So a lot of really exciting things are going on.
Very exciting.
Creating what we, of course, want us to be, that center, that synergy of the community.
Yes, the heartbeat of Hemet.
Yep,
So the library is going to be very busy,
we are, yeah.
very busy.
Yes, we are. And I'm thrilled to be very busy,
Okay.
It's good for us. It's good for our community. Our literacy department is thriving, and Storytime is doing great. It's just lots of activities and more to come. And I think that should conclude my report.
I have a question, and I'm not sure if it's appropriate, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
You're on camera, just remember.
Yep. Since you've gotten a promotion, does anybody else get a promotion?
There were no other positions created other than the new librarian. Now, I will be bringing to you next month, I will be bringing a proposal for the budget, because I've already started putting things together for next year's fiscal year budget, and yeah, we need some more staffing.
All right. Moving on to miscellaneous reports. I guess I'll do the Friends. We have moved our meeting, our once-a-month meeting, to Tuesdays at 11:30 because the library is open, and we,
Is that the third Tuesday?
yeah.
The third Thursday,
Yeah.
correct?
Tuesday.
Tuesday,
Tuesday, sorry.
yeah.
I'm hung up. Today's
be like
Thursday.
the-
Okay.
The 21st, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And that was well received by the Friends, and we are in the planning stages of having lunch served, but not at every meeting. And the problem with our first luncheon was that we put out an RSVP, and about 3 people, RSVP'd, and the rest just showed up. So it's hard to plan a luncheon when you don't know how many people you're feeding. So we intend to, tighten that idea up. We thought that if we did this, maybe more people would be inclined to come to the meetings. So we'll see how that runs, and otherwise we're doing great things.
Yes, you've had a really good month in the bookshop. Really, really good.
We've been averaging, about 100
About 100.
a day,
Mm-hmm.
which is good, because there were some days that we had 37
Or 3.
or 3 or 5, so
Yeah,
we're
it's been
looking
really
forward
good.
to. We were all very surprised, I guess, when we went to just one team a day that were open, and we made a little bit more than we did with 2 teams a day. It was surprising. Okay. Moving on to future agenda items. None. I adjourn this meeting.
Okay, and the time